Now we going on for chapter 10.4. Here we're trying to using a shutdown or transfer node, not allowing patient to flow. The reason is last one we just assuming when the room is available, occupy, we don't allow patient. But in reality, sometimes and after room, we release the patient. Actually, the patient after seeing the doctor, the room needs some cleaning. So we need to release the patient, let the patient move forward. However, we still cannot allow another patients to come in until the cleaning is done. So it just creates some minor complication for the system. We understand we have 4 different paths, and now I need to control these so-called decision node on the upper left and trying to control how many patients I can allow them to come forward. So let's look at the situation, and first we going to do some setup. And first, this is 10.3, and we're going to modify that to 10.4. So the first thing we want to do is we get on set a state variable. Actually, we want it to be a string variable. Actually, we call it room status. Okay, and the room status is using as the status for all the room. So here I want to have 4, and default is available status. And we're going to have this room. Each room has 3 different type of status. It's available and busy and cleaning, 3 stages. So initially we're going to add it to, I'm going to putting these 4 variables on the site. And I'm going to call that room status. And actually 1. I'm going to copy those. Okay, each one of them, then the second one, and this is the third, and this is the 4th. Okay, and also for each one of the room, when we're entering the room, I'm going to make it busy status in that case. So here I'm going to try to do a stay assignment when they enter. Sorry. Stay assignment on enter. I'm going to add room service, room status, and the first one equals to first row equals to busy. Do the same thing for the rest of them. Okay, and also I'm going to after the room is done, I'm going to set up a so-called process. So I'm going on to the first room. Okay, I'm going to start adding a process here. Create a process. We call this decrease capacity. Okay, I'm going to assign. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this transfer node. Actually, we call this decision node. This decision node, from the capacity of this node, initial travel capacity, from infinity to 4. So I only allow maximum 4. I'm going to start changing that each time. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign the decision node current travel capacity. Okay, decision node current travel capacity equals to -1. So decrease that capacity by 1. Also, I want to create a process called increase capacity. Same thing, we're going to instead decrease by 1. This one we're going to increase by 1. So I'm going to manipulate how many of these 4. So maximum I allow 4. Sometimes I decrease them and sometimes I increase them. So we can see that how many of those we can. So every time for each one of those pass, when I'm going to do an add-on, and when a patient finish traveling, come into the room, I'm going to decrease the capacity by 1. So here I'm going to add an add-on process, trailing edge enter. Actually, I'm going to using decrease capacity. So here I can do this all by these 4 paths. Okay. On their trailing edge enter, I'm going to decrease capacity by 1. All right. And also in each one of the room, I'm going to check that they are busy. Okay. So this is the current setup. We're going to go to for the next process to start talking about cleaning circle. Okay. So in order to show how many, what is the current travel capacity, I'm going to add labels right here. I'm going to highlight it into purple. Okay, and this is travel capacity, so we're going to call it current travel capacity over here. So when we run this model, it will see the capacity decrease if the patient come in and occupy the room, and now there's no capacity, so the patient is going to be waiting in the waiting room. This is how we're going to block the incoming. Okay, so we have using this node has a full capacity to control that what's going to be. And the next things we want to do is we want to set up a capacity. It also needs to be increased back also. So what do we need to do is after the process, for doing the cleaning process, we're going to go to process again, create a process, empty process. Sorry. I'm going to create an empty process called process cleaning 1. To rename it process clean 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, just a second, just clean it up a little bit. This process, I'm going to first assign the status of this room from busy to be cleaning. So actually, room status 1, new value will be cleaning. Okay, and then I'm going to delay for a certain period of time for the cleaning process, and delay time follow a uniform distribution between 5 and 10 minutes. Five to 10 minutes. Okay, and then I'm going to assign the room status also back to available. I'm going to use the same one. So here I'm going to change their name to cleaning status clean. Okay. And this one I'm going to change its name to status available. Okay. Instead of doing cleaning, I'm going to do available right here. And also, after this room is available, I'm going to increase capacity by 1. So here, this one I'm going to change to increase capacity. Okay. And then I'm going to just execute, okay, the process name. We call that increase capacity. Okay, so this process we'll call the process clean 1. Actually, we can copy and paste to produce another one. I'm going to copy and paste. Third one, copy and paste. The fourth one. This one I'm going to change to cleaning 2 for the second station. This one I'm going to change to change to 3, and this one I'm going to change to 4. Okay, and of course the second one we're going to change room status for 2 and change room status for the second. The third one we're going to change the room status for the 3 and 3, and this one is 4 and 4. Each one of them for one single room. And also I'm coming back for this and for the add-on process, and after the processing I'm going to let the patient go. However, I'm going to actually run this process cleaning for 1. This guy is going to run the process scanning for 2. The third room is going to run the process scanning for 3. And the fourth one I'm going to run the process scanning, process cleaning for after process for number 4. So each one of those are, when they come into the system, okay, right after they come into the system, we decrease the capacity. Right after they be leaving the system, we're going to increase that. Okay, so we have, see the patient coming in, the room gradually turns to busy. Okay, when patient leaves, is going for the cleaning services, and then we keep going like that. Okay, so this is problem number 4 actually, and we conclude this section. Okay, want to show some effect right here. We just notice that, and after patients, if you look at this type, it's clean when the process is in the room is in the cleaning. Actually, the customer, the patient did not leave; they stay in the room. What if I want the patients to leave first, and then the cleaning goes on afterward? And all we have to do is fairly simple. We can change instead of doing the process. And I'm going to reset this. I'm going to set exit. Okay. Let's see what happened. Okay, you see when the room is in the cleaning, the customer or the patient already left the room, but the room is still occupied, and the next customer cannot come in. See, until it becomes available, and then they can come in back in, and so on and so forth. So this is really what we intended to achieve actually, what's going on.